Good day, everybody. As usually, I think they will still join, or there will still be more people that will join us, but let's not keep you waiting. Online this day, we have Ingrid Nordea. She's a social worker. And Ingrid, we are really looking forward to your presentation and the knowledge that we know you will share with us. And thank you for availing yourself for this.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited about sharing the knowledge and expertise I have in this field. Yeah, it's really exciting for me to also meet new people and see new faces and so forth. So thanks for the introduction. And like you said, I'm a social worker in private practice here in Klerksdorp. I've been in practice for about 8 years now, and I have my private practice. I've had it for about I'm going for 5 years. And I've been doing a lot of work in the employee wellness field, so specifically related to burnout, stress management, time management, and so forth. So yes, I have a lot to share in this regard. And I take it we are ready to just jump in with the information. Am I correct?
Thank you, Ingrid. The floor is yours.
Thanks so much. So I want to start by asking you to just reflect for a moment. And I'm going to give you a scenario, and I want you to reflect. And if there's anybody that would like to engage when I actually give you the scenario, you are more than welcome to do so. So the scenario is going to be the following. I want you to think about yourself for a moment. I want you to envision yourself on your way to work, and you are now first stopping at the gas station or petrol station, how you want to refer to it, and you want to put in petrol or gas to get to work. And while you are there, you hear the tingle of your cell phone, and you see there's a notification. So, and the notification says you just got 86,400 rands deposited into your account. And now you tell the petrol attendant just to wait, because you just want to quickly go to the bank because there's some mistake here. You don't know where the deposit is from, and you just rush to the bank and you get there. So at the bank, you ask them about the deposit that was made into your account, and they said, no, an anonymous person deposited that into your account, and they asked you to please use the money before midnight. But the catch is you're not allowed to invest this. You're not allowed to save the money. You have to spend every cent. It has to be at 0.00 at midnight. Now you sit and think, what are you going to do with the money? So the question I want to ask is, and if there's anyone that's willing to give an answer, please do so. I'm going to give a moment of silence now. What would you do with that money? Just think for a moment. And if there's anybody that would like to share, please share with us. What would you do with 86,400 Rand in one day, in 24 hours?
Hi, this is Dora speaking.
Yes.
What I would do is I will clear my debt for starters, and then the rest I will put into my. I've put aside some money every month for my vacation plans and things. So the rest will go in there and grow invest. Oh, but you say you can't invest.
You can't, yes.
I know. Okay, no. But at least my debt will be cleared. So
Why
buy a
plan?
I buy a open time ticket to anywhere in the world and spend it whenever I need to. Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing. Really appreciate that. I think that's a great idea. And I see someone said, I will buy gifts. Wonderful. Gifts to everyone is also a great idea. You can share in that way because you're not allowed to share the money with someone, but you can share gifts, right? So I love the answers. Thank you so much for that. Is there anyone else that would like to share? All right. So I'm going to give you the scenario again. And this time, I want to just continue and say, so now you've spent all the money, right? The next day, the same thing happens. Again, 86,400 deposited into your account. And this time the message from the bank is, well, the person that made the deposit yesterday also made it today. And the person said that this will be happening each and every day for the rest of your life. So you will have 86,400 Rand deposited into your account each and every day. But the catch is you can't invest, you can't save, you need to spend it before midnight. Now think about that scenario. If you had that every single day, you'd be able to spend it on things that you weren't able to buy. Maybe you'd spend it on gifts. Maybe you will pay off your debt. Maybe you'll do something else with the money. The catch of that is the 86,400 is how many seconds you have in a day. So if you are willing to spend the money on things which you could never buy before, or you would maybe invest it in sharing gifts with the people that you love, why not share the seconds that you have in each day doing the same thing, to do what you like, to do what you love? So I think it's so important to focus on balance in life. Balance is important for each and every one of us. If we need to have balance to be physically, emotionally, and psychologically healthy. And if we think about the amount of seconds we have in a day, we need to use it wisely, and we need to be intentional with our structuring and our planning of our day. And life is these days are all about rushing. And I think we just need to take a step back, just breathe a little, and then make sure that we structure and we plan and we prioritize during our day. You need a structure. You need to plan certain activities, but you also need to prioritize all the tasks that you have in your day. And something really important to take into account is if we don't have balance in life, then we will succumb to burnout. And if you've ever heard about the term, maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't know, but I'm going to give you all the information that's needed here. But if we fail to plan, we plan to fail, right? I do believe in that. So burnout is a state of complete mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion, meaning you always feel overwhelmed. You don't have the energy. You don't have the excitement. You don't even feel like going to work. So you don't have all the energy to complete what you need to complete in a daily basis, in a 24-hour cycle. So what happens to you is you usually become so exhausted and so overwhelmed that you are prone to procrastination and to postponing certain activities, or you just don't have the energy to start anything at all. It's a very serious condition. To suffer from burnout means that you won't be able to function optimally or normally in a 24-hour or even on a daily basis, 24-hour cycle or daily basis. So when I work with people, usually when it's burnout, I tell them, you know what, it's something you need to take very serious, because the amount of time it took you to come to the point of burnout, it's going to take you sometimes double to heal and to actually be healthy thereafter. So for you to recover from burnout, you are going to have to get like double the time. So if you took 2 months to get there, it's going to take you 4 months to recover from that. Because remember, it's a serious state of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. And that happens to people when they take on more tasks than they are able to manage, or even to plan or to structure. And I say this, but I say this with a lot of respect towards each and every one of us. But nowadays, it's all about quantity and not quality for us. We are trying to fit in so many things in a daily basis and get so much done before tomorrow. We do not balance our day properly. So I think it's important to provide you with tips or tools with burnout, because I think that it's important that you learn how to manage your work life as well as your personal life, and how to balance the two with each other to maintain, I want to say, good standing or a good standing in mental health. So when we talk about burnout, I want you to be able to identify if you are already there. if you want to identify burnout, you need to look at the following 7 things. You first need to maybe do some introspection, some reflection, and say, am I always exhausted? Do I feel like I don't have the energy today? I can't keep going. I can't get to work. I just cannot seem to get going. Do I dread going to work? Do I feel like I don't want to be there? I just want to be at home, maybe pull the covers over my head and say, I don't want to start this day. I can't get through this day. Do I have trouble sleeping? So either you sleep too much or you sleep too little. So you can't fall asleep or you fall asleep very easily and then you sleep too much. Do I suffer from depression? It's, if you want to look at depression, you get different types of depression as well. Please read up on that if you need to, but you need to understand, do you feel like you are doomed? It's a kind of a doomed feeling. No one can help me. What's the meaning of life? Do I even have purpose? You start questioning your life purpose as well. And then you feel like you are drowning. You feel overwhelmed. So you kind of feel paralyzed. You're so overwhelmed with, where should I start? With what should I start? How can I start the activities? Am I able to do it? So you start feeling like you can't do what you're supposed to do. You don't feel competent enough. You don't feel like you have the skills. And then you just feel completely paralyzed to the point where you stop doing anything at that point. You have a short temper, so you're irritated and agitated easily. So when someone comes into your office or comes to ask for something, you get irritated. Please don't bother me. I'm busy. Can't you see I'm busy with this? And you irritated and agitated at home as well. So the things that you would normally do with people at home, with your family, is irritating. It feels like it asks too much energy. It's too much of an effort to do it. And then you don't have time for anything else except work. All right. So it feels like I'm going to work, back home. I'm going to work and back home. And you don't feel like you have any downtime or relaxing time or maybe time for leisure. When you feel you have all of these things in your life, or you've identified 2 or more, then I want to just say red flag. Burnout may be a possibility, or it may be happening at this moment. And you need to seriously go and do some introspection and reflection about your balance or your boundaries in work and in your personal life. So the easiest way for me to share this with you is to say, if you take your 24-hour cycle, I want you to divide that into 3. So 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. And you need to go and see, all right, 8 hours, I need to put aside for sleeping. Because remember, that's the golden rule. You need at least a minimum of 8 hours of sleep for your body to recuperate. And it's actually like it's rebooting itself, right? Then you need 8 hours to set aside for work, because usually we work 8 to 9 hours a day, right? So then you have that time spent at work. And during that 8 hours at work, you also need to structure that. If you have a 15-minute coffee break that you're allowed to take, do take that 15 minutes. If you have a lunch break that you can take that and just really relax. Don't take the lunch break and go talk about work. Take the lunch break, go eat something, drink a cup of coffee, drink water, get enough water into your system. I know it's a difficult thing to do, but you get used to it after some time. But take the breaks that you have available to you during the day and just, take some downtime. Think about other things. I had a client once that shared a very interesting idea with me. And we had a conversation about the fact that this person was in the cycle of burnout. And he said that he's so tired of looking at the same things, because he usually takes his coffee and he sits on a porch and he looks at his backyard and he says, but he's tired of it because it's the same thing over and over and over again. And he sat there and he said, I have an idea. I think I'm going to go look at the tree in my front yard. And yes, we had a laugh about the idea, but he actually did it. And it changed things for him, just a small step in the right direction. Just a change of scenery, just doing something else for 5 minutes will help your system reboot and recuperate, to be energized, to see maybe that you have more energy, or you feel like you're able to continue throughout the day. So take those hours, strict boundaries. The other 8 hours, you have to set aside for family time, personal time, meaning you have to have time for yourself, and you have to have time for your children, your husband, your wife, maybe spending time with extended family, but you have to be able to have downtime, leisure time, and that 8 hours are aimed at that. I've challenged people before and say, take yourself out on a date. You don't have to go with people all the time. Go for a coffee by yourself. Sit somewhere in the corner, in a coffee shop, and just drink the coffee by yourself in silence, and just feel like you are rebooting your system. Think, reflect, journal about your day if you have to. So I think the golden rule, or the principle I'm giving you today, is all about structure, planning, and prioritizing. There's certain things that are important but not urgent. There's things that are urgent but not important. And there's things that are urgent and important, and things that's not important and not urgent. And you need to write it down, those 4 things, and plan your tasks according to that, because that will help you structure, plan, and prioritize, and make sure that you keep to your boundaries. Because I know we can be rushed. I know things can be overwhelming and too much, but remember, time is valuable. Time is actually like money. You only get it now. If you spend it on something you regret later on, you cannot get it back, right? So if you are not using the 86,400 seconds wisely, you will never be able to get it back. Once it's spent, it's spent. But luckily, tomorrow morning, it will be deposited into your personal account once again. And you can again structure, plan, and prioritize your day. It's so important to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of the people in your life, and you won't be able to enjoy life. And that is what life is all about. Even though we have to work, even though sometimes we have to do things we don't like, or we don't always want to do, if we structure and we plan and we are balanced by keeping to our boundaries, we are happy and we are healthy. And that will make, in that way, we will make sure that we are always efficient and effective when it comes to our personal life and our work life. So yeah, I think let's start planning. Divide that day into 3, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for your personal downtime. Set your boundaries, take the breaks when you need to take them, and be very self-aware. Where am I at? What symptoms do I have? Are there symptoms of burnout? Do I need to take some personal time and just recuperate and boost my system? I think that's the most important hints and tips that I can give to you today, to balance your work life and your personal life. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ingrid. Very valuable. I enjoyed it a lot and learned much. Can I ask, is there anybody that have a question for Ingrid? Okay, doesn't seem like that. So Ingrid, just again from general side, thank you so much for the time. I've had quite a few WhatsApps of people that ask me, are you recording it? We want to watch it afterwards. We really appreciate it. And yeah, you must have a good day further.
Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to just have this discussion with you guys. It's always, like I said, a privilege to meet new people. May you guys have a blessed week and a blessed day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everyone.